Seniors, are you over 60? You've been told to push through the pain. That building stronger legs after 60 means gritting your teeth through grueling workouts, heavy weights, and endless repetitions that leave your knees aching for days. You've probably tried those high-impact exercises only to end up more frustrated, sore, and discouraged than when you started. But here is the thing, and it's something most people don't realize until it's kind of too late. The very exercises you've been told will strengthen your lower body might actually be working against you. There's this research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, which I think was published fairly recently, that reveals that over 68% of adults over 60 abandon strength training programs within the first 3 months. Now, they aren't quitting because they lack motivation, but mostly because the methods they're using cause more discomfort than progress. The truth is, rebuilding a stronger lower body after 60 doesn't require punishing your joints or enduring pain. It just doesn't. What it requires is working smarter, not harder. And I'm going to share 3 incredibly simple exercises that not only rebuild your lower body strength, but also restore your confidence, independence, and the ability to move through life without fear of falling or feeling weak. But here's something that will surprise you. One of these exercises has been shown in controlled studies to activate muscle fibers in a way that mimics anabolic growth responses typically seen only with pharmaceutical enhancement, completely naturally. And research teams at leading biomechanics labs have confirmed that this method triggers a neurological adaptation that most traditional leg exercises completely miss. I'll reveal exactly which exercise does this and how you can use it starting today. And I've saved the most powerful and transformative exercise for last, the one that could change everything about how your body moves and feels. You won't want to miss that one. So let's dive into these 3 simple, yet scientifically backed exercises that will rebuild your lower body strength like nothing you've tried before. First up, we have heel-elevated squats. If you've been told squats are bad for aging knees, or worse, if they've left you sore and frustrated, let me show you how a small shift changes everything. Raising your heels on a 1 to 2 inch platform completely redirects force away from vulnerable knee ligaments and onto the quadriceps, which is that powerful muscle group at the front of your thighs. There's this 2019 biomechanical study from University of Salford that revealed that heel elevation reduced forward knee travel by up to 18% while increasing quadriceps activation by nearly 25% compared to flat foot squats. That redistribution is critical, especially if you've dealt with patellofemoral pain, meniscus sensitivity, or chronic stiffness. The elevated position also allows your torso to stay more upright, which takes pressure off your lower back, a game changer if you've avoided squats due to spine discomfort. This isn't just theory for the most part. I've guided hundreds of people through this exact modification, and the most common response is relief. They finally feel their legs working without the joint pain that usually follows. The Cleveland Clinic recommends starting with body weight only, performing 2 sets of 8 to 10 controlled repetitions 3 times per week. Place a weight plate, yoga block, or even a sturdy book under each heel. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart and descend only as far as comfort allows. Your knees should track over your toes, not cave inward. One person I worked with, a 60-year-old retired librarian, had given up on squats entirely after knee surgery. Within 4 weeks of heel-elevated squats, she reported climbing stairs without gripping the railing for the first time in years. While heel-elevated squats are ideal for those with knee sensitivity or limited ankle mobility, our next exercise targets something even deeper, the eccentric strength that protects you from falls and builds true lower body resilience. Second, we need to talk about step-down eccentric control. Have you ever felt your knee buckle slightly, maybe just for a second, when stepping off a curb or walking downstairs? That momentary instability isn't really weakness. It's more of a lack of eccentric control, which is basically just the ability of your muscles to resist force while they're lengthening. Step-down eccentric control drills rebuild that critical function, and honestly, the results are pretty profound for most people. This exercise involves standing on a stable step or platform, then slowly lowering one foot toward the ground while keeping the other leg stable and engaged. The descent should take about 3 to 5 seconds, slow enough that you feel every single inch of resistance through your quadriceps, glutes, and those stabilizing muscles around the knee and hip. One research published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy back in 2020 that found eccentric training increased tendon stiffness and load tolerance by up to 30% in adults over 50. It's a big deal because it significantly reduces the risk of falls and improves how you walk. What makes this so powerful is the neurological adaptation it triggers. And actually, this matters more than you think because eccentric contractions recruit more muscle fibers per unit of effort than other types of work. I've noticed this exercise consistently delivers a kind of confidence in movement that translates to real life, getting out of a car, stepping down from a bus, or navigating uneven ground. The American College of Sports Medicine suggests doing 2 to 3 sets of 6 to 8 slow reps a few times a week. Use a step height of 4 to 8 inches to start, and definitely hold onto a railing if you need to. This is perfect for those recovering from knee issues, though before I explain the next one, just know the final exercise on this list operates on a completely different level, one that reshapes how your entire lower body functions. Third on our list is sit-to-stand tempo representatives. This might look like the simplest move here, but don't be fooled. Sit-to-stand tempo reps activate muscle fibers in a way that mimics growth responses you'd usually only see with, well, pharmaceutical enhancement, but does it completely naturally. It's that neurological adaptation I mentioned earlier that most traditional leg exercises just completely miss. When you rise from a chair using a controlled tempo, taking 2 seconds to sit, pausing, then maybe 3 to 4 seconds to stand, you're engaging the whole kinetic chain. I'm talking glutes, quads, hamstrings, and even those tiny stabilizers in your ankles. A landmark 2021 study from the University of Birmingham that found this specific training increased lower body power by 22% in just 8 weeks for people in our age group. What's happening beneath the surface is even more remarkable, at least from a biological standpoint. The slow contraction forces your nervous system to wake up those high-threshold motor units. This effect, which researchers call mechanical tension, has been shown to stimulate muscle protein synthesis at levels comparable to heavy lifting, but without the joint stress. I've seen this transform how people move, and the feedback is almost always the same. They just feel more plugged into their bodies. The key is the tempo. Sit in a sturdy chair, lower yourself over 2 seconds, lightly touch the seat, don't plop down, then stand up slowly, squeezing your glutes at the top. Perform 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Researchers at Johns Hopkins recommend this specifically for things like bone density and insulin sensitivity too. While this is universally beneficial, it's most transformative for those who felt a bit of metabolic decline or post-surgical stiffness because it rebuilds your foundation from the ground up. These 3 moves, the heel-elevated squats, the step-downs, and these tempo reps, are backed by real science. Start with just one, master it, then layer in the others. Consistency is what really changes things. Which exercise surprised you most? If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more evidence-based strategies, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.